Now, to be honest, there are some harsh truths in this video, but if you can handle it, I promise they will help you, and I promise you will not look back. Now, I'm not going to tell you to go and do a 2-hour ride 3 times a week, or go and lift some weights, or go for a run every day, because there are many videos like that. But a lot of them fail to mention things that underpin and help you build your foundation so that you want to go and exercise, so that you want to go and improve and get fitter. I am going to be focusing on those aspects in this video and come at fitness from a completely different angle. Let's start by talking about motivation, but not motivation itself, your approach and outlook towards motivation. Now, most of us will say things like, I'm not motivated today, or I will go and do that exercise and get fit when I have motivation. But here's something I want you to understand is action breeds motivation. Motivation doesn't breed action. And what I mean by that is when you go and exercise, that makes you motivated to go and exercise again. You can't just pluck motivation out of thin air. So when you're saying you're not motivated, what you're actually saying is, harsh truth, I can't be asked. But that is okay because we all feel that from time to time. It's better to acknowledge that it's essentially laziness that's stopping you going to exercise than pretend that you just don't have the motivation and you'll do it at a time when you do have the motivation. So how can we combat this? Well, that brings me on to my next point, which is managing negative moods. Now, we can all agree that your moods affect how you feel towards a specific thing at a specific moment in time. And this is also true for exercise. Now, so many videos I've seen assume that you, the athlete, will feel the same towards exercise each and every day. Now, if you are a seasoned professional or you are new to exercising and just starting out, that simply isn't the case. If you don't want to exercise on that specific day, then forcing yourself to is probably not the answer for long-term progression. It's really hard to sustain something that you genuinely don't want to do. So you need to look to change your mindset so that you want to do it, which is what we're looking at in this video. So understand that moods are temporary, understand that you can find mechanisms to help you manage those negative moods and try and help yourself push through. Now, here are some methods that have helped me. Understanding present bias. Now, present bias is where you set a goal for your future self, but it is your present self that needs to do the work to achieve that goal. For example, when you sit there and you say, I will go for that ride tomorrow, that is present bias. It's more about being focused on managing the immediate urgency of negative moods and pushing the problem away rather than getting on with the task in the present moment. And that creates a do it tomorrow type of attitude because it's much easier to sit here and watch this YouTube video for instant satisfaction than it is to go and do some exercise and achieve your long-term goal of winning the Tour de France. Alongside present bias, I use a 2-minute and 5-minute rule, and these rules are, if it takes under 2 minutes, do it straight away. If it takes over 5 minutes, write it down. Now, I use this in every aspect of my life, but I also apply it to exercise and getting fit. And here's how. There are many things that stop you going and doing your exercise. Many of these things are simple 5-minute jobs, but when you let them stack up, it can become a big 20-minute task. And that is going to stop you going for your run, going for your gym session, or going for your ride. So put your kit in the wash, plan your gym sessions, plan your routes to go and cycle, make sure your tyres are pumped up, make sure you've got your Spotify playlist sorted out, make sure Zwift is installed. So that way, when the time comes, there is nothing to prevent you actually going out and doing your exercise and helping you on your way to getting fit. Now, I told you this would be an honest conversation, and if you've made it this far, do consider subscribing. Next up, I want to talk about fads. Now, fads by definition means an intense or widely shared enthusiasm for something, especially one that is short-lived. So things like how to get fit in 60 days, the ultimate way to get abs, do this one exercise to lose belly fat. Here are a few key points. Number one, a lot of them are simply not true and fail to mention a lot of things you need to do in order to get fit. Number two, a lot of them are simply marketing techniques that are designed to take the money of people who want to get fit but don't necessarily know how to get fit. Number three, Where is the longevity in a fad? Now, don't get me wrong, I appreciate the immediate urgency of wanting to get fit and wanting to have quick results. I have been there myself. But honestly, fitness is not something you achieve and say that you have completed. Being fit is not a single moment in time. So you need to be making small, tangible changes that you can sustain. And for me, that is why you should be skipping past fads. Which leads me on nicely to my next point, which is fitness is part of the package. Fitness is not the whole package. Fitness is part of well-being, and well-being simply means the state of being comfortable, healthy, and happy. So when you think about fitness, think about how it's going to affect your well-being and think about how it can have a positive impact on your life. And as you get fitter, you start to sleep better, you have more energy, your self-confidence grows, your stress levels decrease, your risk of injury and disease decreases, your productivity increases, you will age better. And one of the most important things, people, the most important is it will have a positive impact on your mental health. Honestly, fitness works wonders for the mind. Now, I understand there are many different aspects to fitness, so I understand that it's actually an education. And as with all learning, there is a somewhat linear learning curve and you progress as you go. As you take more information in, you understand how to get fit better and what works for you. I think the best thing you can do is accept that and make sure when you do hit a little hurdle, you do some research so that you can just jump straight over that hurdle and keep progressing. Look at in-depth articles about interval training. Understand what is happening with your body as you exercise and what's going on with your muscles. And most importantly, leading on to my next point, understand your diet, or as I like to call it, your fueling. Fundamentally, what I would like to try and explain and get across is diet is not something that you go on and you come off. So if you are thinking to drastically change your diet for 1 or 2 months in order to get fit, what you are doing is actually setting yourself up for failure. Again, you need to be making small changes to make sure that you can sustain your fitness level that you achieve. Small changes to your diet is the easiest thing you can do and will have a very, very quick impact on your fitness. Now, I would suggest that you learn about diet. You learn about what your body needs and you learn about how your body is going to use the foods that you eat. That way, when you come to make decisions about food, you're making them for all the right reasons. And I'll be honest, I call it fuel because we need it. We need it to survive and we need it to exercise. The way we look at food at the minute is very, very different. We look at it from an enjoyment point of view. And all the time you are looking to eat for pure enjoyment, it's going to probably have a negative impact on your overall fitness. You need to eat to fuel your body and give your body what it needs. Now, people, I want you to try and start asking why and not how. Why should I exercise? Why should I eat this food? Why should I do interval training? Why do I feel better after exercising? Now, if we change our language like that and use the word why, that is going to help us understand better and create intrigue. This is going to help you on your way to better fitness, better well-being, and overall, better health. You only have one body, people, and you have to live in it for the rest of your life. So do one thing. Treat it with respect.